another reaction stream. So I never really. So as you guys can see, I just got myself a tripod just yesterday after my last stream. So now I can at least talk to you guys through chat and not have to worry about angling things. So this is a video called hold on. Can Johto's Victory Road trainers actually get all 8 badges by Delph? So the virtual video will be linked in the description box of the stream when it goes up on YouTube. So if you guys want to watch the original video, it will be up on there without getting. And make sure to go subscribe to ADF of I actually was planning to stream this a while ago, but I didn't really have the resources, so now here we go. Oh, hold on. Sorry.
Trainers from Kanto's Victory Road can actually make it to Victory
Yeah,
Road.
I probably should stream that reaction too.
Kanto's sister region, Johto. Which trainers from Johto's Victory Road could actually get all 8 badges and make it to Victory Road? In this video, I'm going to play through all of Pokemon Heart Gold with all of the teams found in Johto's Victory Road to figure out who's all talk and who actually has the skills to earn their place. With that, let's take a look at the list. Okay, it's just Silver.
Yeah.
Just the rival.
Surprisingly so. Surprisingly so.
Not much time left in the video. Oh God. What is about to happen? Welcome to the Heart Gold Victory Road Challenge.
Yeah, I should probably stream.
Incredible damage. He has roots every time.
Alright, great by ADF. So yeah, here we go. So now that I have something to stream with, the thing that's oh my god, I can't describe it. I can't describe it.
Yes, dude, yes. After you get your 8 badges verified, there's only one trainer in Victory Road that stands between you and the Elite Four. Fittingly, after impeding your path time and time again, it's your rival. Silver's back for one more bout to prove himself.
Yeah, I think I should probably react to.
It's really fascinating to me that this is the only trainer in Victory Road. Johto is the only region where this is the case, where there's only one trainer and it's your rival, both in Gen 2 and the Gen 4 remakes, and I actually really like it. In my opinion, Silver is by far and above the best rival in the entire series. Silver is deplorable, he's annoying, he's a bully, but the game slowly sees him change his ways.
Yeah, I actually like that guy's character development too.
Victory Road in
I kind of like that for him. I kind of like the fact that he has that kind of character development, kind of like what Blue went through. So it's actually good to see them actually take their time with that. So
feels desolate. It's like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, where are the trainers? And it just keeps going longer and longer without anybody there. And then you see the exit, and you think to yourself, oh, I guess there just aren't any trainers. It's kind of weird. And then as you get ready to bask in the sunlight, he's back.
Yeah, it is kind of like weird that they don't really put many trainers in Victory Road. So yeah, I think I should probably stream my reaction to the Kanto Victory Road challenge. So,
hi. Guy that keeps showing up and making our lives harder. The suspense, the backstory, the hate, the full powerful team of 6.
So yeah, I'm doing this in the same place I always record my videos. So here.
8 gym badges and make it here to Victory Road?
Here we go.
There's only one way to find out. Now there are technically 3 versions of Silver. Depending on what starter you choose, he starts out with the Pokemon that is super effective against yours.
Yeah, so like all the early Gen and rivals.
A run with Chikorita, a run with Cyndaquil, and a run with Totodile.
Yeah.
The first question we need to ask is what his team will look like for each gym. The good news is that we battle Silver many times throughout the Johto region, oftentimes right before or right after a gym.
Yeah, a lot more frequently than Blue, actually. In fact, I probably should like go back, kind of watch my videos, see how many times, or maybe I should at least start tallying how often you battle Blue.
Challenge. So there are several gyms for which we will know his exact team composition, including levels and what moves each of his Pokemon have. For any gym battles where we don't know exactly what his team is going to look like, we'll look to the battle just before and the battle just after and come up with a good middle ground. We can use the fact that we know what Pokemon are catchable before a certain gym, like what routes you have access to know if we should add any of the members to his team that he has in the next battle. With that in mind, here are the 8 teams. Feel free to pause and look at the screen and inspect it. But these are the 8 teams we're going to be working with, and you can see that the starter is different in all of them. So that's the only piece that changes. The other Pokemon in the team are the same for all 3 runs. Just like in previous installations in this series, what we're looking for on every gym leader battle
Which is 1-1.
A check plus is earned when I'm able to beat a gym leader without using any heals. If I have to use a couple of heals, that's check. If I have to use a ton of heals, that's check minus. And if I'm unable to beat the battle no matter what I do, then that's a fail, and that run ends right then and there.
Yep.
If any of Silver's
that's kind of weird.
To get 8 out of 8
but hey,
pluses, I'll take them through to the Elite Four at the end of the video to see what would hypothetically happen if Silver had beaten the protagonist in Victory Road and decided to make a league challenge attempt. But there's one final problem.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, Greg. So something really.
I decided to leave this question up to all of you, but I also couldn't help but throw in a little twist. So first I opened up a poll on my YouTube channel asking people just...
And the majority actually does win. See Cyndaquil win that one. So yeah, Chicory I kind of get, because Chicory is probably not going to be the best, and that would probably be out character for someone like Silver. So as far as Silver is it's like going to be early on he's mainly focusing on strong Pokemon that are meant to kind of excel most of the time, and with Chagria, that's probably going to fail against like the first 2 gym leaders. It's like I'm not saying this as a perspective of the player character, but I am saying this in an overall in-universe thing. So Canyon and actually consider, what we do know in the games, then, and yeah, he should have a shot if they were scaling, and yeah, Cyndaquil is probably like the better option because Totodile and Cyndaquil are both neutral to the first gym, while Cyndaquil is super effective against the first gym. And super effective again. And it's both Price and Jasmine. And yeah, so the only 2 gym Pokemon that is going to pose a problem is like Price's 2 water types, and actually the Poliwrath that Chuck has, but then again, you're going to have like a solidly diverse team at that point, so it really should not matter. And Totodile, again, you're going to have like a solid team, so either way, it's still good.
Your favorite Johto starter? I didn't say what it was for, I didn't say anything about it, just Which Johto starter is your favorite? 43% voted for Cyndaquil, 36% for Totodile, and 20% for Chikorita. According to these votes, Cyndaquil should be the run that we do first. This is an example of a voting system known as first past the post, and it also happens to be the type of voting system used in many democratic systems around the world, including here in America where I live. Basically, even if a candidate doesn't receive a majority of the votes, or over 50%, they still instantly win if they just have a plurality of the votes. Now, on paper, this seems like an obvious choice for a voting system, but let's look at our polling results again. 56% of voters voted against Cyndaquil, but Cyndaquil still won. If this were an election to determine who represented these voters in Congress, over half of the people in this district would now have a representative in Congress that they voted against. This is a natural consequence of first past the post and other plurality-based voting systems. Very, very often, the winner of any given election is unrepresentative of over half of their constituency. This is why first past the post tends towards a two-party system. If you're a Chikorita voter, in the next election cycle, seeing how this last one went, you might choose to use your vote strategically, and instead of voting for the candidate you actually like, Chikorita, you might vote for the other candidate that you hate the least. So you might vote for Totodile to try to hopefully beat the Cyndaquil block. This is how two-party systems develop. Slowly but surely, Chikorita will lose more and more of its base voters until Chikorita doesn't have enough votes anymore to even consider running. It shouldn't be hard to understand why this is really bad.
And the more you know, the more you know.
For democracy. Voting becomes less about casting a vote for the candidate who best represents you, and more about voting for the candidate you're least worried will destroy your life. But that begs the question, can we do better?
Okay, that was actually pretty interesting. Like, I know I was kind of quiet for like the most of that, but then again, I think it was like kind of interesting. I think that was like interesting in the sense, and saying that it's like okay, good.
Yes, okay, yeah, obviously, yes, of course we can. After I did that YouTube poll, I decided to do a second poll specifically for my Twitch viewers, which asked them to rank their favorite Johto starters from 1 to 3. With nearly 300 responses, the results at first glance are actually shockingly similar to the YouTube poll. 47.6% of people put Cyndaquil as their first choice, 32.8% put Totodile as their first choice, and 19.7% put Chikorita. So just like the last poll, none of the candidates have a majority. But now, people didn't just choose their favorite, they ranked their favorites. This is an example of ranked choice voting. In a ranked choice voting scenario, if a candidate doesn't receive a majority after counting everybody's first choices, then the candidate with the fewest votes is removed from the running, and the people who chose that candidate have their second choice votes counted instead. When we redistribute the votes this way, Cyndaquil winds up winning with about 60% of the total votes. So the result winds up the same, but we have way more information. Chikorita voters are relatively happy because not only did their second favorite candidate win, well, at least a good chunk of them, but their candidate performed decently well, and Chikorita now knows that it's worthwhile to continue running again and next year, and what to change. And now Totodile needs to think about trying to win over more hardcore Chikorita voters.
Yeah, I did the got me learning a lot about voting, so there you go.
Next election cycle. In a first-past-the-post style election, Totodile wouldn't have the incentive to work very hard to win over Chikorita voters, since Chikorita likely wouldn't have even been in the final runoff. But now that Totodile has all this data, Totodile knows that to have a chance at winning next time, it will have to appeal to this third-party base. And that means Cyndaquil will have to keep trying hard to win over Chikorita supporters for next time too. After all, Cyndaquil only wound up getting a little over half of them this time. Now, ranked choice isn't perfect, but it's far superior to first past the post. One of the biggest roadblocks to an effective democracy is voter turnout, and first past the post really discourages people from showing up to vote because they oftentimes don't like either candidate and don't know what to do with their vote. But with ranked choice, people can vote for their favorite candidate without worrying that they should just be voting strategically instead. And then they can strategically use their second choice, and third choice, and fourth choice, and so on, towards the candidates they favor less, but are still all right with. Over time, this will
secret and a cool option larvitar. Oh my god.
system, making it more likely for third-party candidates to win. For now, let's just look at the results we have. Using either voting system, the order for our starters will be Cyndaquil, then Totodile, then Chikorita. So without further ado,
and here we go.
Cyndaquil run.
Cyndaquil, Silver, one run.
Gonna have the easiest time
here we go.
Starters, at least in the early game. Falkner's not really that much of a challenge, and we have a positive type matchup against Bugsy's Scyther, which is going to be a real issue for at least the Chikorita team.
Yeah,
this isn't so much early game, but more mid/late game.
Yeah, I hear that Scyther's like a real pain in the ass for Nuzlockers. If you guys watch a lot of Nuzlocke content, you'll probably know, or do some Nuzlocke challenges.
When we get to Jasmine, Cyndaquil is going to be the only starter with a really positive type matchup against her entire Steel lineup. Other than that, for the early game, Silver has a Zubat and a Ghastly to accompany his starter. At first glance, these two might not seem great, but Ghastly has Curse for the entire run as the rival refuses to teach over it, which is great for us. Curse is an incredible damage over time move.
Yeah.
To help us deal with tanky problem Pokemon on almost any fight.
Yeah, and I don't know if it will affect Whitney's Miltank, but getting some of that passive damage over time would be a good thing to have, at least for Whitney specifically, because we all know how bulky that Miltank is.
And Zubat has some solid type coverage alongside some status moves that'll help us out of some tricky situations. I'm a little worried about Whitney and Claire, but I'm worried about them for every run, so we'll just have to see how it plays out. For now.
Yeah, I mean, given the fact that, again, Miltank is tanky and Dragon has few resistance, has a few types that would deal super effective damage to, because in the Gens 2 and 4 Johto games, Fairy wasn't at all in the games, and so yeah, you got to really plan if you're doing like a Johto specific run, because yeah, playing for those two fights will be difficult.
Now, let's jump into Cyndaquil's first badge attempt at Falkner. So we are playing on a slightly modified version of the game that just increases animation speed so that the game moves a little more quickly and so that we can actually have move animations on. Because I think being able to see the moves is really cool and something that was lacking in prior videos.
Yep.
So we'll have moves on, they'll just be like really fast. Let's Supersonic.
Okay, I don't know how that will go.
Nice. And Bite. Flinch Confused, the classic combo.
Oh, Bite actually did a lot better damage. Which, to be honest. Let's
Not the sand attack hitting a flying type. You hate to see it. Okay.
There we go. Got the Pidgey out of the way. Pidgeotto. That's going to be a lot more of a problem. Okay.
I missed.
Oh shit. Okay, bye.
But we have Ghastly.
Yep.
The Curse Machine. Please live this. Okay. If we can survive long enough with Cyndaquil, we should be in the clear.
Yeah, you should probably be in the clear. You should probably be in the clear.
Should be good here.
As long as you're doing that, that should be fine.
Quick attack is actually unnecessary there. He has Roost.
Yep.
Early in the game.
So, yep.
No.
Yes. Seriously, how did he not know that? Seriously, how did he not know that, actually?
It's actually fine. Okay, we should be good here, I think. That should take it.
Okay, yep.
Nice. It's an easy check plus, and we move on to Bugsy, who should not be a problem for the fire-type starter.
Yeah, that's just an easy check plus. That's just an easy check plus.
We now have Quilava. We still just have Ghastly and Zubat in the back. Scyther comes out first. We have a positive type advantage here, obviously. We're just hoping Ember does good work.
Probably will.
Swap. That is solid damage. And the burn.
Yep. Yeah, so, okay, that takes care of the berry.
That burn is really nice. That'll be a potion.
Still doing okay.
Really unfortunate crit, actually.
Okay, that was a one shot. I was about to say that was going to be a one shot.
Like, I don't have a modified version that removes experience gain, so we're going to level up a little bit over the course of this challenge, but it shouldn't change things very much.
Yeah, but
since it's just
I want.
Like, we're fine.
I won't be surprised.
We're fine. A check plus on Bugsy. And we're through to Whitney. Will the Miltank wall us? Hey, if you're enjoying what you're watching right now, please consider subscribing. Alongside my normal math and science plus Pokemon videos, I fully plan on continuing this series and going to the other regions to try out their Victory Road trainers and Elite Four members.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be streaming a lot of those.
That you don't want to miss in those videos. So
yeah, I probably should subscribe myself.
It takes genuinely 5 seconds. Click that button, and I can't wait to see you back.
There we go.
Classically, sort of the wall for playthroughs through Johto, especially for speedruns. The Miltank is a huge issue, but
yeah, taking Pokemon like that this early in the game is going to pose some problems.
Solution that shouldn't be too difficult. So I think we're just going to try to get Clefairy off screen as quick as possible.
Double Sap.
Not going to do much.
Yeah, that's not a really good move.
Not the Mimic. We want the potion.
Calm Mind. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks.
Go off on Clefairy, though.
Yeah, I would doubt that. I would honestly doubt that. Like, I mean, Match No has kind of always been a gamble, especially for the user and especially overall for speedrunners and nuzzockers, because it can cause so many weird situations. So that probably would be like one of the most crazy things ever.
Heal block. Okay, well, I want check plus anyway, so I wasn't planning on it.
That's not.
And, okay, that's very down. Ghastly.
That's Scrappy.
It's important to note. It's Gen 4, bro. Miltank they have good abilities.
Okay, that has to be one of the most disappointing things ever.
Oh, right. Yeah. Scrappy on Miltank.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, Poffin's here. Poppin' boy.
Kill okay.
What do you think about Miltank?
Kill Kitty.
Yeah. He said no good.
What's
important to note is that YouTube commenters on the prior 2 videos in this series had a lot of thoughts about shift versus set mode in this challenge, and I want to be clear that set mode being on in this video is not me acquiescing to their demands, okay? That's not me succumbing to the cowardly jeers of the YouTube comment crowd, okay?
Yeah, sure. Can you tell you? Like, I haven't even streamed. In fact, I should probably do that like on tomorrow or Friday. Tomorrow or Friday, I probably would stream my reaction. Probably. I don't know. We're gonna have to see how things go.
The modified version that I'm playing on that speeds up the animations forces set mode, so that's why we're playing on set. Just to be clear. Okay, Supersonic is going to be maybe our only hope here. One berry.
Probably.
Okay, we
Bye.
have data. We have data. All right.
Yeah. I think A1 might.
We technically have a chance here if it misses. Please don't flinch. Okay, we've got the curse off.
There we go. Finally. Fucking
We
finally.
just need to maximize value with Kulava. I think we open Ember, pray for a burn.
Yep.
Well, actually, it has Lum, so it doesn't matter. It might start going for rollout here, in which case we have one extra turn. No?
Yeah. That sucks.
Not the flinch? Does quick attack finish this?
Probably.
Wait, a second super? Oh, no, dude. Yes, okay, wait, there's a chance?
That sucks. Oh, that really sucks. That really does suck. Wow.
I knew quick attack wasn't going to have much value, but that's brutal.
Oh, yeah, that is extremely brutal. Like, dear God. Wow. It's just wow.
Okay, nice crit. Do I live that?
Nope.
No chance. Good. Okay.
I mean, basically, the only way I see this is if you gamble for like a burn with Ember. That would really help, but that is a little risky.
Sort of have a chance, maybe.
Yeah, there is a chance.
Crit? Just crit, bro. Me, not you, please.
Bye.
The high rolls. Yes. Oh. Yes.
Oh God.
Okay, we got
that's like one of the most crazy things.
Damage ranges would get us there. That's so nice. I really thought we'd need a crit or like a burn or something, but unbelievably, check plus on Whitney, dude. Let's go. Time for Morty.
Yeah,
I think this will be.
Yeah, let's see how long the streak can last.
Fraction as difficult as Whitney, but you never know. You truly never know what the reality of the situation is going to be until you are in it.
Yep, that's true. That is true.
Flame wheel now, which is really nice.
Yeah, that's going to be a little strong.
Not the curse.
Bye. Oh, hello. Gengar immediately.
That's going to kill.
Yep.
Okay, this is actually going to be far more difficult than I thought. Okay, so Morty is a problem because of Gengar.
Yeah, speed special attacker. Definitely a speed special attacker.
And there's not a whole lot of legitimate solutions.
Okay, yeah.
So we've been like hard stuck on.
Yeah, that. Mori is like going to be one of the one of the bigger problems.
Morty because of Gengar. So I've switched to the unmodified version of Pokemon Heart Gold that doesn't have the sped up animations, which means I can actually use shift mode, which again is fine. It is the default mechanic of the game.
Yep.
I think the challenge is made lesser by using shift, but I have turned the move animations off as a result.
Yeah. Yeah, but this isn't speedrun. This is an actual challenge to see what's going on. To see if realistically Silver would be able to get to Elite Four.
That's the best opener. Okay, we live that every time, it seems. I think a high roll lives us on 1. Or leaves us on 1. Nice.
Okay. 5. Oh. Oh, Isaiah, I guess.
It'd be nice if that would full paralyze.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, no world where I live that.
Yeah, there's like no way in hell anyone lives that. It's already has the Sask edition, so. Three! I have a speech.
Crit?
Okay, so yeah, so it should be surprised because hypnosis is a completely inaccurate move, but the crit was really helpful.
Hang on. We just need that exact thing to happen one more time. We just need hypnosis to miss and meet a crit just once more. It has Nightshade. Never mind. It has Nightshade.
Oh, I can smell that sarcasm.
Okay.
I can smell that sarcasm from all the way over here.
Snapped out of confusion turn 2, by the way. Maybe it's optimal then to do Confuse Ray, then Curse. Ooh, nice. Nice.
Okay, good. Should get. So stab.
Snapped out of confusion, but the curse takes it here.
There we go.
On.
Nice, sweet. So
used curse and lived on 1. So epic.
yep, that probably won't be the best, but bye, bitch.
Do I live that? No.
Nope.
Okay. Well, it's up to Ghastly and Zubat. An unlikely crew.
Oh, this is gonna be hard to take in.
Does not have hypnosis. How do I want to handle this? This is Curse, Mean Look, Sucker Punch, Nightshade. Sucker Punch we can avoid with Curse. Curse is fine. Mean Look is fine. And Nightshade leaves us on 1. So we're actually safe.
Yeah, I think we should be safe.
To curse here.
Yeah, should be good. Should be good.
Completely safe to curse here.
There we go.
And we're safe to Confuse Ray as well. Okay.
Yeah, not safe. Not safe to Confuse Ray.
That's fine. Yes, dude! Yes! Oh my god, yes!
Bye.
There's a line! There is a line through the spice! Oh my god!
Oh, I can hear that. I can hear that.
It is
excitement.
It's a lot to check plus. Oh my god, that is a difficult.
Oh shit.
That is hard, dude.
Sorry, dropped something.
So hard. I have a message for all YouTube commenters and dare I say, a trade offer. On that Morty fight, I had to use the unmodified version of the game that doesn't have the sped up animations, which makes the cool move animations still happen, but it doesn't force set mode. So I could actually use switch mode, which helped me defeat Morty. Now, many of you will say things like, see, the challenge is harder with set mode, and therefore you having to use switch shouldn't be check plus, then it should be check. So I'm offering you a trade offer. Here's what you get. On battles where it's not required to use switch, I'll use set mode and the nice modified version of the game that has the nice battle animation so that you can see the beautiful Pokemon battles in all their glory. What I receive is you don't complain. when I have to use switch mode because it's a mechanic baked into the game. Okay? It's the default. When you boot up the game.
Yeah, the Switch is kind of like just the overall default.
It's in the game. And an in-game mechanic is fair game to me. Do you accept? It's time for Chuck.
Yeah, I accept that. I accept that offer.
Pick their battles, okay?
Okay. Oh, actually, that still does some pretty good damage. Okay. Oh, speed tie. Still live.
It's not stab.
It was speed tie overall. I think that was a speed tie. Okay, so got.
Nice miss. Okay.
That's good. That's good.
We're faster.
Bye, Sam. Okay.
We live that all day, baby.
Okay. Okay.
There's the barrier.
Doing good. Doing good.
Body slam takes here, but that's fine. Surf definitely takes Haunter here. That's fine.
There we go.
Do I live that?
Oh, sorry. Camera cut out. Hold on. Okay, yeah. Sorry for the camera cutting out. No, I apologize for the camera cutting out there. Sorry. There was some internet. Yeah, I did like notice last stream that it kind of like just cut out.
We didn't even have to bring Quilava out. That is an easy.
I did notice that stream that.
Chuck check plus, okay, and you can say that 3 times.
I'm sorry. Last stream I did notice the camera kind of cut out, but when I went back to watch it, and yeah, sorry for the camera cutting out. I apologize for that. I'm sorry. It was internet connection.
We move on to gym leader number 6. Okay, in theory, Jasmine should really not be that difficult for the Quilava team.
In game theory. Sorry, I had to stick that in.
And then Steelix should just be Curse, I think.
Okay.
We'll go for some damage.
Okay, good. Oh.
That is not a lot of damage.
Yeah, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Okay.
Hopefully I live Rock Throw with Haunter.
Oh.
I do.
So yeah, going for passive damage is going to be like a good thing for at least a lot of battles that you have to deal with tanky Pokemon. Because...
There's the Berry, and we Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom actually has decent value here.
Resist. Like, yeah, sorry, I apologize for like the camera cutting out back there. Okay.
Steelix is so cool, dude. I'm a big Steelix enjoyer.
Yeah, I think that, yeah, I still like the fact they gave Onix that evolution. Like, any of that evolution.
The Steel type in general is definitely one of my favorites.
Hey, more power to you, dude.
Okay, nice.
Doing good. Oh, well, that sucks. But, hey, at least Sonic Boom does for overall consistency.
I don't have that, and we're the same level. That's not fair. Although that is kind of the
hack Pokemon confirmed.
Of the video, but anyway, that is an easy peasy check plus on Jasmine, and we move on to gym number 7. First attempt on Price here. I'm
yeah.
Open Magnemite on C.
Yeah, this immediately going to go well. Like I said earlier. It's like I said earlier, we're the only thing realistically Price can do is it's probably Surf, but then again, he does have like coverage for that, and Palestine isn't as fast as it would let on. So yeah,
Eel. Magnemite will have no value on Piloswine, so I'm hoping to get good value off of Steel and Dugong.
Thunderwave.
That is fine.
Alright, there we go. Spark. Seriously, why stick with Spark actually?
I still have speed.
Doesn't let Earn get like Thunderbolt like when it comes back a ton? I don't know, I'm gonna have to do some research on that.
If this doesn't do it, I think the Hail takes it. Not the rest, bro.
Okay.
At least it's Snore and not Sleep Talk. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Wait, the AI could switch there? The AI could switch? Jeez.
Do I live that? Yes. I guess if Haunter did, then I absolutely do, right? Okay,
Cell Flame Wheel,
nice.
Cell Flame Wheel. Right at the level cap.
Yes, Haunter should have Levitate.
Aurora Beam.
This is so scuffed.
Ice Shard. Priority Ice Shard. Like I think Price should at least have a better team composition than this. I think Price would benefit more from a better team.
Unfortunately, it's going to use it here as well.
Okay, yeah, that's immediately going to go down.
Does Air Cutter do it? Maybe. Hopefully. Oh my god. So cool, dude.
So yeah, now I don't have
none of my moves kill here, I don't think. Ooh, Fate Attack does. Okay, hang on.
Okay, so yeah, that must have been a high roll or something. Although then again, it must have been low roll too, then again. But so yeah, same type attack bonus, stab.
Does it do from here on Seal? Nice, okay. Wait, hang on. That was fine. Alright, Price is an easy check plus, and we're on to Claire, the final gym leader of the Johto region.
Yep.
Claire, attempt number 1. I'm thinking this will not be too difficult.
Here we go.
I just have a feeling that we're going to be completely fine here.
Oh.
No, dude.
Oh, sorry.
Really?
It got a bit.
Every time.
I thought there was going to be an advertisement, and I don't want to immediately get copyrighted.
I don't know why
Like
Yoda.
I'm also streaming this over on YouTube, so we all know how YouTube is at times. We all know how YouTube is. It just copyright strikes anyone. Like especially with Ben GX Scarlet, the whole thing with Ben GX Scarlet.
Welcome to hell.
What did that say? What did that say?
No, stop.
Hydro Pump. Oh,
It's
Viper.
That's not how things work. Stop it, dude, please.
Oh, the suffering.
No.
Why is he's so sad positive? Oh my god, sorry. Alright, it's just I'm sorry.
Welcome to hell.
Dude, why you leave with Typhlosion?
Super low roll. Got the burn. Nice crit Typhlosion. We cannot squander this.
Okay.
Coming out. We cannot squander this. We cannot squander this, dude. The Blaze crit. We need to lock in, bro. This is the best chance we will have.
Yeah, that's probably is the best chance you're going to have against
Maybe
Claire.
Cecil's the move and slow it down, but I fear she will switch. I fear she will switch.
Smoke screen.
Maybe we try to get one Icy Wind. Maybe we greed one Icy Wind here. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, the only weakness Kingja does have is Dragon, so yeah, probably going to be going down at some point. Hopefully.
Naturally. Do we outspeed when it's at -1?
More than likely.
So.
More than likely.
I sure hope. Haunter's faster than Magneton. I'd love to get Paralyze off, but I think I just have to go for Curse. Yes! Okay. Snap out all you want, King. We're here now. So I think we go here and go for Thunderwave. Because we will need Kadabra and Golbat for the Dragonairs.
Yep, probably.
Naturally, you hit through Paralysis and hit that? Sure. Yeah, we'll get some damage here. We do not want to put this thing in heal range, if at all possible.
Okay, Flame Man with Lava
In
Plume.
Blaze, so Lava Plume is better than Swift. That's a crit. That's a crit. It 4x resists. Oh, that's heal range. We did not want that crit. We did not want that crit. There's the Hyper.
Okay, there
That's
we go.
the first Hyper, I think.
Yeah, probably is. Like, okay.
We want Bite to Flame. I missed. Hit yourself.
Gonna go down.
Okay.
Ah,
We
yes.
gotta lock in, dude. We gotta lock
Got rid of the bigger threat. Got rid of the bigger threat here. Oh, God.
Part of me wants to reflect, but I know it's the wrong call.
Okay.
Please don't shed. No, stop it! Stop it with the shed skin!
Dude, seriously, what? The shed skin? Seriously, the shed skin?
We cannot be shedding this skin, bro. We cannot be shedding this skin, bro. Golbat.
Alright, here we go.
I need this. I need this. I need this. It's just one Dragonair. How hard could it be?
Extremely hard.
How hard could it really be?
Extremely hard.
How hard could it really be?
Extremely. Extremely.
I'll tell you, really quite difficult. Just hit yourself? Yes. Okay, show me a crit, baby. Show me a crit. Show me a crit, Golbat. Don't snap out. Actually, don't do that. Don't snap out, please.
Whoa! Shit! Fuck me. Sorry.
Just crit.
Go on. There we go. Oh,
man.
We are way far off.
I can check plus if it hits itself. If it doesn't hit itself, I need to heal. Look, the reality of the matter is we're never getting back to this situation. But I need this. I've worked too hard. I've worked too hard.
You really need that. Yeah, you really need that.
Come on. Yes!
Finally. Oh, you can actually hear the excitement in his voice.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. to check plus. Not a heal in sight, bro. Oh my god. I haven't popped off that hard in a long time. Golbat, the absolute goat.
Yeah.
The stars aligned. Look, you could argue the amount of good RNG required for that to be check plus should mean it isn't check plus. But I would argue, did you see what just happened?
Yep.
Quill rival is 8 for 8 check pluses, which means we will take him through to the Elite Four at the end of the video. But for now, we will move on to the next rival, which is the Totodile team. Frankly, I'm not sure. Totodile, I think, gets through this Claire fight maybe if we get here, but the Chikorita team is going to really struggle here. But yeah, let's see the
Totodile. I got a feeling that Chikorita is going to struggle the most.
Totodile team.
Okay, Silver, run to Totodile.
In the Johto gyms, but one big thing that benefits Totodile here is that we're playing in the Gen 4 remakes. Being in the era of the physical special split, which started in Gen 4, means that the Totodile line will have access to physical Crunch, physical Ice Fang, and physical Waterfall, which are huge benefits for this Pokemon, because the Totodile line has always been a better physical attacker than special, and now it can finally utilize those stats properly.
79 base special attack. Okay, that's probably nothing to really much sneeze at, but then again, it's still, like, not that good. Good. So, excuse me.
Hopefully this should make some of the problem matchups on Morty and maybe even Claire a little more favorable for Totodile and then Croconaw for Alligator. But there's only one way to see. We're just going to rinse and repeat what I did with the Cyndaquil run on this Falkner here with Totodile, which was opening Supersonic on Zubat. We didn't miss last time, though.
Yep, there we go.
It's not really paying dividends yet, but let's get a flinch. Nice. Let's get another flinch. Okay. Sand attack a little unfortunate.
Yep, very fortunate there.
Talk about how good nice crit. Can we talk about how good the gym leader music is in this game? It's unbelievable. Let's get a bite in. If we can, nice tackle miss. That's a 5% miss. We're going to get a little damage off here.
There we go.
That, I think. Nice. Okay. Now we switch into Ghastly, who lives Gust and isn't hit by tackle. And we just go for Curse here. We live this in like mid-yellow, 14 maybe? 12, okay. So we lose Ghastly here, but we've got a Curse on
down we go.
Yodo.
Down
now
we go.
We're just trying to outpace Roost. Totodile is sitting. Totodile's back sprite in Gen 4 goes so sick.
Oh my god. Yeah, you're probably going to outpace Roost. I do find that Totodile's sprite is kind of cute. It is kind of cute.
He's sitting, dude. How adorable.
Yep.
I love him. You know, nothing against anybody that voted otherwise. I really thought we were going to get a Roost there. This is a check plus, easy check plus.
Yep.
For Totodile here on Falkner. You absolutely love to see it. Even after all the votes, I respect everybody choosing the starters they chose for their favorite Johto star.
Yep, there we go.
Starter. But I'm a Totodile
check plus.
fan. I have to say it. I'm a Totodile
me check plus.
With that, we're on to Bugsy. Welcome to the first sped-up voiceover segment of the video. That's right, they're back, baby. They're never going away. I use this basically for fights where it's just so long, but I don't want to lose that feeling that it was really long. But I also don't have enough funny moments to like make a supercut like I did on Cyndaquil's Claire attempt, where I'm like, I have a big reactions or whatever.
Yeah. I went out. It was like really that long.
Or if it's just a long, methodical, annoying fight that requires a lot of attempts, I'll do this speed up here. But yeah, Bugsy Scyther is a huge nightmare. The thing is so strong, so fast, really solid level, great moveset, especially in the remakes.
Yep.
U-turn is a big problem. So I'm just...
U-turn. U-turn is like one of the biggest problems for someone that's like doing a challenge run or Nuzlocke. So, yeah, but always best to keep...
Good line, because not only is it hard here, but when Chikorita gets here, it's going to be even worse.
Yeah, it's gonna be a whole hell of a lot worse come Chikorita.
For a paralyzed here.
It's gonna be a lot worse come Chikorita.
Okay. There's the berry. Okay, at least we outspeed with Croconaw now. Like, that is relevant.
So, yeah,
I don't want to use the rage strat. I think I'm just gonna bite here.
in fact, I would like to see Bosco Games actually do character runs for Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Because that would actually be nice to actually see him branch off a bit, come from the more modern games all the way back to like the DS era, maybe go for the 3DS era. Like, yeah, it's good. Maybe do like a character run for Professor Oak and Scarlet and Violet, actually.
Okay. Dude, this one fight is like an escape room, bro.
Yep.
Just this singular battle is an escape room in and of itself. Okay, that's a nice hit. Good. Good. All right. Okay, we should be in the clear now. We should be easily in the clear.
Yeah.
Taking wing attack mid battle feels unfair. That feels unfair, so I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah, but then again, Bugsy wasn't actually fighting that fair either.
This way easier.
They're like, I think he had like a few good nuts on
the line is very specific. The fight is quite difficult, and the line is very specific, but the line seems semi-consistent. Opening lick for the paralyzation seems to be the way. It is a check plus, and I am going to give it, even though it was a little annoying, just because I think the line is actually relatively consistent. You just have to find it. Super annoying, though. On to Whitney.
All right. Mimic?
Yeah, because I remember the Mimic coming out. If this isn't the final video, this particular attempt, I did the Cyndaquil run yesterday. So I don't exactly remember everything I did. Nice crit.
Perfect.
We'll just sack the Zubat here.
Okay.
Do I live that?
Okay. Yep.
Not the flinch. You would be shocked at some of the metronome combos I wound up getting hit with in all of these Whitney attempts. The best, in my opinion, was Mind Reader into Guillotine in 2 turns. Okay, we just...
Wait, 18 G's. How shit do you have... Hey, luck do you have to get?
Flinch, please. No flinch, please. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, yeah. I don't know if he does a lot of EV training, but I really think he should at least somewhat do some EV training for special defense. In fact, I don't know what ones actually do get if out special defense. But yeah, some EV training would actually help him a bit with the Whitney fight. Then again,
in okay position. This isn't necessarily an absolute win from here, but it's not bad. We're going to go for scary face value because the flinch increases curse value by a lot. So we want bite to go first because any flinch is huge.
Milk drink.
Stop drinking your own milk. That's incredibly weird.
Yeah, that's like a really weird thing to go for.
Can we get a flinch, please? Pretty please? A flinch would finish this? Nice. All right, check plus on Whitney. Not horrible, but metronome is deeply cursed.
Yeah.
Okay, we're on to Morty, who is going to be tough. These gym leaders are way more challenging than I thought they were going to be overall. Just every single one of them. Okay, Spite open.
Okay.
That one-shots. Okay, so not getting the curse open is really nice there, because that leaves us full health on Croconaw.
Okay, Thunder Wave.
Okay, we seem to live that every time.
As long as you don't get a bad enough roll.
Supersonic? No way.
Here we go.
This is huge. There's the berry. Okay.
Alright.
Huge crit. Huge crit.
Sweet. Actually doing a lot better than initially anticipated. Looks like. Dream here. Okay, you take those all day. Yeah, he takes those all day.
Please wake up. Nice.
In fact, I think he should probably do this for like some of the other rivals too, because it would make for somewhat interesting videos actually. And
Crunch does indeed take in one.
and I do like seeing some of the strategies. So here we go.
Yeah, Nightshade will do it. Nice.
Yes, actually.
Sucker Punch is nice there. Mean Look is totally fine.
Okay.
I'm going to Mean Look again so Sucker Punch doesn't do anything.
Nightshade.
Nightshade does kill. We're
That
not really
goes.
worried about Sucker Punch on Zubat. Okay. Honestly, not that bad specifically because of Crunch. So it's a check plus on Morty, much easier than the Cyndaquil run specifically because Croconaw has Crunch. Alright, time for Chuck. This one should not be too difficult.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult either.
Not the double team open. I'm getting flashbacks from the Gen 3 runs. This is quite a strat. Double team into Focus Punch. Oh!
The freeze!
King.
The freeze!
Sorry about it, King.
Okay.
Sorry about that freeze there, buddy.
Yep. Sorry for the freeze. Alright. There we go. Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry. Sorry, that's just the air conditioner. There we go.
Did not wake up. Probably no chance to live here. Hypnosis is fine.
Okay.
Probably use Surf next.
Probably.
Unless it heals, this should be the end. Nice. I mean, truly, I really thought Chuck would be more difficult for these teams, but it's actually totally fine.
Yep.
It's a check plus. Him only having 2 Pokemon just makes it far less threatening.
Yeah, I don't get why he just doesn't add like a Hitmon top or something. Like, dude, seriously, at least add a Hitmon top. Or at least a Hitmon, one of Hitmons would at least be good.
We're on to Jasmine. Do you remember how big the reveal was of Steel type when you got to this gym? I remember it being so huge for me when I was a kid. I mean, it's Gen 2, not Gen 4, obviously, but it was really quite huge.
Yeah, actually having a new type to actually resist Psychic, because mind you, Psychic was like severely overpowered back in like Gen 1, and probably still is, kind of, in the Gen 4 games, because remember, back in Gen 1, it's like, it was, Ghost was resisted by Psychic, and the fact that we, of course, had that you couldn't beat a Psychic type, right? Like with the Ghost, you can only beat Psychic with another Psychic type. So, yeah. Okay, let's get back to it. Okay, Thunderbolts. Still don't know how I could get that level 33. Oh, I really feel bad for that Magnemite.
Magnemite 2 will come out.
Okay. The second
It's
Magnemite.
unfortunate because I don't know that it's going to be very easy.
Thunderwave.
Yeah, that Thunderbolt is an issue. Yeah, this particular fight is going to be way
Okay,
harder than with Gola
just see it.
by about a billion times. So yeah, I really do not be joking in that last clip. Having these two Magnemites that are a real problem for Alligator, who is our big damage dealer, is a real problem.
Yep.
Obviously, I'm also kind of doing double duty here because I'm trying to find a consistent line that doesn't rely too heavily on the starter, so that when we get to Chikorita, if Chikorita gets here, I can have some sort of a semblance of a good line there too, because I don't think Meganium will be very good against this team.
Yeah, which again makes me feel bad for Chikorita overall, because wow, it's like really not good to have in an overall playthrough. Ooh, at least I don't think it's good at competitive. At least unless until somehow Game Freak decides to tack on a secondary type in Legend ZA. Yeah, I actually don't really watch a lot of trailers because I want to be surprised. That I want to be surprised, like surprise
This
me.
has to be a Shadow Ball. Maybe we confuse Ray. Maybe that gives slightly better value.
Yeah, probably does. Probably does.
Yeah, why would you ever hit yourself? It's just me that does that.
Mm.
Okay, wait, hang on. Sometimes it happens. We got the special defense drop again. Of course you snap out. Now I'm confused. This is looking great. Everything is fine, guys. Everything's fine, and I totally
like imagine how much that really does suck. For not having a confused Pokemon, not hit self
Okay, actually, we have a chance finally.
but I at least prefer confusion over paralysis.
I would love
Like
to get
holy
It's not
hell!
gonna happen.
Again, it goes down in infamy. It goes down in infamy.
I stand corrected. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Okay.
Okay, go back.
Hold. Hold. That's fine. There's the berry.
Alright. Okay. So do good. Do good. Perfect.
Nice. That flinch is what we need. Life has no value implicitly from damage, but there's the hyper.
Okay,
The
hyper
flinch is what
potion.
we're looking for.
Jeez.
Probably will snap out here, but I'm faster, so I have to use Confuse Ray next turn. Rock Tomb, maybe? Nice flinch. Obviously, we have Ice Fang in the back, so I'm really not that worried about this.
Okay.
Smarty Eye loves to set up weather if it ever goes away. 2 hypers. You can drag
Okay,
this fight
sweet.
out all you want, dog.
Yeah, that still sucks. That still sucks.
There's the snap out. Iron Tail's going to do a lot. But we're finding another Confuse Ray off.
Okay.
This is huge. We should be in the clear. A flinch to close it? No.
There we go.
Hits Rock Throw. That's fine.
And there he goes.
A hard fought check plus on Jasmine. A hard fought check plus on Jasmine.
Yeah. Jeez. Not a lot of Pokemon would really. Not a lot of Pokemon really counter Steel types that easily. Just because it's mainly defensive.
So Thunder Wave doesn't have like a ton of value. Spark is probably just better. I might Supersonic actually. No.
Okay.
Why would I ever hit that? Why would I ever hit that?
Okay. Decrease
why
the speed.
Would I ever hit that? Why would I ever hit that move? That move doesn't exist.
Okay, nice too. Supersonic.
Sometimes.
There we go.
That's good damage. Yeah, okay.
Of course, just rust. That's constantly going to be annoying.
No. Okay. Well, we will get the heal here unless I crit,
Good.
which is fine. I'd rather come out
Do
here
it good.
Dong or Piloswine. Yeah, I should have foreseen that.
Okay, so switch.
It should go for Mud Bomb, probably. Excellent.
Perfect.
Let's just curse. Get good value here. Blizzard hit. That's fine. We should be in good position here.
Okay, at least it got the curse off.
Yeah, I would say Water Gun and Cruncher probably have similar damage here.
Got the Citrus Berry out of the way.
A little more than I thought it would. But it's not.
I'm surprised we haven't run into like any ads at this point.
Okay, nice. Piloswine's down. Don't lower my attack, please. Thank you. That's like really solid damage. I keep forgetting that Sneasel like has a good set of stats. They're not incredible, and the defense is pretty lacking. But
yeah,
that's
okay.
Dude, I'm not.
That just shows how frail a lot of ice types are, because unlike Seal, it's going to be like a glass canyon. Well, like I don't know whether or not it's going to be metaphorical or not, but it is kind of like glass canyon.
I'm not mad about that. There's the rest. It's fine. We'll just keep doing what we're doing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. Annoying as all hell.
Sleep talk is annoying. You're already asleep, dude.
Ice Shard.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nice. Okay, Dewgong is down. We should be relatively in the clear here. First attempt. We've had a couple hard ones in this run. Kind of nice to have one that's not that bad. Excellent. We are now just one badge away from having the Totodile rival at 8 for 8 check pluses. It's really
Okay,
remarkable to me
here we
how
go.
much of a step up in difficulty Claire is when compared to the other gym leaders. And obviously, there are a lot of difficult gym battles for these individual teams just due to the composition and the levels and the moves the rival chooses to have
Yeah, that's going like very from team to team.
on his Pokemon. But for some reason, Claire's specific team makeup is just a huge issue. It resists a ton of different types. The Pokemon are individually very powerful, and they're all pretty tanky. So I have to come up with a really consistent line that's able to get me into the end of this fight consistently, because that's when I need luck to take me the rest of the way. And if it's hard to get to the luck part, it's just awful.
Yeah, sometimes you do like really need consistency. You need a lot of consistency, and that's what a lot of challenges do need. That's what a lot of challenges need to happen. So yeah, consistency is one of the best things you could have in a challenge like this. Okay.
A freeze here would be huge.
Okay.
Flinch. Ooh, it didn't go for T-Wave?
Solid.
Massive, actually.
Yeah, I don't think T-Wave will really matter at all. Like it still did pretty good damage.
Pokemon on Smart AI, they really want to use T-Wave. Nice flinch and the heal range. Okay, this is a really good opportunity. We do not want to squander this.
Okay, so another chance to flinch. Oh, sweet.
And the freeze. Not that it really matters.
Yeah, from the looks of things, it really wouldn't really matter if it froze there.
We're just going to use Ice Fang again anyway, but that's really good. Okay, how do we capitalize on this? I think we need the Golbat Confuse into Magneton Paralyze, because Magneton goes down in 1 to Hydro Pump, but Golbat does not. You would think that because we're 5 against 1 right now, that this should be totally free, but this thing is a beast, dude. This thing is a beast against my lineup.
Yeah, that's like it's probably a sniper. That really does increase the crit ratio. Oh, so yep, here we go.
That does not kill except for crit. Maybe just go for damage.
No. Perfect.
Okay. This has a citrus. Yeah, but then it snaps out. That's a tough look. I think I live that. Okay.
Perfect.
Freeze? No, but there's the berry. Okay, we just need Hydro Pump to miss.
Sweet.
I died to that every single time yesterday. Every single time. That must be such a low roll. That must be a huge low roll. I think we just curse here and then Confuse Ray. I think technically the play is probably Confuse Ray then curse, but I don't want to risk it. We have to get through a heal as well. Nice. Okay.
It's okay.
Then we Confuse Ray. This is a massive.
Okay, almost down. Almost down.
Dude.
Bye.
Solved. So clean.
So
clean. All right, we are slowly but surely finding a really
second time I'm 8 for 8. Still 8 for 8.
And that is a check plus the toted up.
Still 8 for 8. Check plus.
File team makes it to the Elite Four.
Chicoria, silver, 1-3.
All right, I'm going to be honest. This run has me worried, and I have a feeling it has you worried too. I mean, They really did Chikorita dirty in Gen 2. I don't know why they structure the Johto gyms like this, because it really does not favor the grass typing. Falkner is super effective.
Yep. Okay, I paused right before I was about to say, so let him explain.
Bugsy is super effective on a Chikorita line. Morty is somehow going to be even worse for Chikorita than it was for Cyndaquil, because Morty's Pokemon aren't just Ghost type, they're also Poison type, which is super effective.
All from the same line, too.
There aren't a lot of grass weaknesses that we can take advantage of. Really, it's just Chuck's Poliwrath and Price's team that are weak to Chikorita here.
Yep.
The rest are either neutral or resist grass. Meganium is decently strong, and we get it relatively early, which is pretty nice and gives me a little bit of hope. And the other great thing is that this is the last run of the 3, so I've already developed lines through a lot of these fights with the support Pokemon, so we just need Meganium and Chikorita and Bayleaf to fill in the gaps in some of these fights.
Yeah, it's probably best to have
hopefully
a lot filling in.
Almost all of them, if not all of them. Let's find out. This is going to be really rough.
All right, here we go.
Is also really rough. Hopefully this is winnable. You never know. Cute back sprite, at least. Does this thing not have Gust or something? Surely Razor Leaf is better than Tackle.
Yeah, it's overall going to be like better than Tackle due to same type attack bonus. Bye. Alright, still doing good. Still doing good. Perfect.
Not the snap out. That's unfortunate. I don't know that Gust takes Chikorita in 1 because it's level 13. And Gust is what, like 40 base power, 20 base power or something? So I'm hopeful Poison Powder hit.
Yeah, hopefully it hits.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Wait. Okay, yeah, that severely less than I thought was going to happen.
Nice miss, dude. Let's go, Chikorita. Yeah, dude. Sick! I live that.
Again, thought there was going to be an advertisement.
Please just hit this Poison Powder, Chikorita. I am begging. Nice. Poison plus Curse. We're in good position here.
Yep, extremely good position.
Minerals and I live, that'd be huge. Nice.
Okay, doing a lot better. Doing a lot better than initially anticipated. Okay, again.
A check plus for Chikorita on Falkner.
Immediately.
And now
already a good sign.
To a truly terrible Bugsy. I can't.
Already doing good. Already doing really good.
Emphasize how bad this is about to be. The reality of the matter is, I think U-turn one-shots me, or maybe puts me in red bar, and even if I get Poison Powder off, we know U-turn does so much damage on my other 2 Pokemon. We're just gonna have to see what happens. Okay, so
yeah, gonna have to wing it. Gonna have to wing it. You're gonna have to wing it.
But there actually is a line. I tried not to use it at first because it's a little cheesy, but it became clear that it was really the only way. So my chat and I came up with this way to win this fight with like any starter, because it hinges not on the starter but on Zubat and Ghastly. Basically, if you poison Scyther so it starts, going down slowly, and you send out Zubat, it will want to use Quick Attack on Zubat because Zubat quad resists U-turn. So then you swap in Ghastly, Quick Attack doesn't affect it. Then you swap in Zubat, and the U-turn hits Zubat, which it quad resists. And you just keep doing this swap, and you take care of Metapod and Kakuna in between when U-turn happens. And you take basically no damage, and Scyther just goes down to this chip poison damage over time. Again, a little cheesy, but
yeah, that is a little gimmicky.
Okay, there's Kakuna down,
that's
and Scyther
pretty
should
gimmicky.
go down on this turn.
Alright.
I am going to hold my breath, though, because...
Okay.
Look, dude. Alright, yeah. Poison should take Scyther here. It's a little cheesy. I think you...
What? Are you recording the video? Yeah, I'm live streaming it.
Can win this fight without doing this cheese strat. But nonetheless, I think it's fine, and I'm gonna take the check plus on Bugsy. Slow, that was like 25 turns or something. But
25? Yeah, that's like really reasonable for this.
because this fight is really, really, really hard with Chikorita. But look, who's to say that the rival isn't annoying enough to know this strat? Because frankly, he is really annoying, and he might.
Yep. All right. Time for Whitney.
It just metronomed into Roar of Time.
War time.
Okay, I think Open Bayleaf. The problem is, I want the heal to go. Okay, so the heal does go here, so
Okay,
that's good.
there we go.
Deflect wore off, rapid spin, 5-hit double slap, because why not? Okay, remember. Oh, wait, okay, it's locked into rollout. It's locked into rollout, so we're fine to curse here. Level 2 rollout should not kill. Good.
Perfect. Doing good. Not thus far.
And then I think with Bayleaf, we synthesis.
Okay.
And hope that it misses soon. Please miss. Please miss. Sir?
Go.
Madam? Nice. Okay, and we get the reflect up. Razor Leaf.
Okay.
I'm going to synthesis it.
Still doing some really good work.
Safety.
All right.
Without curse, I'm going to be honest, the first 4 gyms would be a complete nightmare.
Yeah. I mean, Bayleaf's already weak to Faulkner, and then Bugsy is just really annoying. And again, Winnie also annoying.
Okay, well, through the 3 starters, we've sort of figured out a line here. But Whitney is a check plus. Somehow we're on to Morty here. We'll see how that goes.
Yep.
It's just so surprising to me how difficult Morty is for both the Cyndaquil run and the Chikorita run, but it's especially difficult for Chikorita because it's not just the ghost type that's the problem now. Bayleaf is weak to poison, and all of Morty's Pokemon are poison type. So this is a really, really rough match.
Yeah, but he doesn't really have any poison type attacks, so you should be good defensively.
Matchup. And unfortunately, I wound up using a ton of heals just to get through this. I think there probably is a line to get through this check, or maybe check plus, but the luck and sheer attempt it would require, I just didn't have it in me. I don't know. This one is really, really rough. Unfortunately, it is a check minus on Morty here, but ultimately, the fact that we can win it all, even with heal abuse, I mean, I used, 2 max revives and 5 full restores, which I'm not even sure you can have access to by this point in the game, so it's definitely a check minus. But my full restores could have been full heals for what it's worth, or even just awakenings. So that I'm not so concerned about, but the 2 max revives is obviously, a little much. But regardless, we move on to Chuck.
All right,
here we go. Not the double team and then a move that isn't perfectly accurate.
Yeah, that's not going well for him.
Nice miss on Rock Slide.
Okay, Rock Slide. Perfect.
Nice crit Golbat.
Okay. Poliwrath.
Okay, on the one that doesn't have double team active, I miss. Sure. That's okay.
Yeah, that's like a completely inaccurate move. 30% accuracy is probably is going to be a completely good.
All right, it's time for Bayleaf to actually have some value for the first and maybe only time in this run.
Eesh.
It still did nothing because there are no good grass moves.
Okay, but dang it, Matt.
LOL, dude. Why are you using Surf?
Surf? Seriously? Why Surf?
Nice crit.
Perfect.
Well, it is a check plus on Chuck, or as we call it around here, a Chuck plus. With that, we're on to Jasmine, which is also going to be really hard.
Okay, here it comes.
Okay, we happen to know how to open this because I've been stuck here before, but I don't know what I'm going to do on Steelix, if I'm being honest. Petal Dance is going to have, like, no value.
Yeah, I wouldn't probably underestimate that. I wouldn't underestimate that.
Unfortunate.
Seriously, what? Seriously, it's not probably a move for Magnemite. Like, I feel like it's a move.
That's the first time we've had that happen, actually.
Or at least a solid team she might have got a while back.
The kill with Thunderbolt? Okay. I think you just have to Meganium here.
Okay.
That's solid damage. Hang on. That's really not bad. Okay, yeah, just hit me with the Wombo combo. I don't do. Are we speed tied? Oh no, I'm paralyzed.
Using your own strategy against you. Not like we haven't seen that before.
And it Sonic Booms again. Yeah, okay. I can attack. Fun fact. Nice crit. Hang on, we cannot throw this away. We cannot throw this away. We are not going to get back to this point. Incredible damage.
Jeez, Meganium is pulling its weight.
Hang on. Hang on. Let's Confuse Ray, then Curse. I think this is optimal for best odds. Good. Nice. Okay.
So yeah, Meganium could still like pull its weight really well in this fight. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I mean, I'm so sorry to Meganium. I truly thought that would be so much worse.
Yeah, that could go a whole hell of a lot worse than what it initially did.
I mean, look, did I get a little lucky? Yes, but I also got quite unlucky on a few of those encounters. So, and I think the fact that the sample size is 1 or 2 battles and it was successful means that it's probably, you don't have to get that lucky. It's a check plus on Jasmine against all odds.
Sure. This is doable. It's actually doable.
Should be decent value with Petal Dance against Steel here, I think. Yeah, totally fine, dude. Honestly, this might just 3-shot the team. Dugong might live in red or yellow. Yeah, okay. Aurora Beam will not kill. Meganium is bulky.
Yeah. Okay, good. Perfect.
Okay, we'll swap here to Magnemite.
Absolutely perfect.
Okay. Wait, the late game is turning out fine. I mean, I don't want to speak too soon about Claire, because we know Claire is really quite difficult. But I thought this would be way harder than it is.
Okay, switch to Palestine.
Okay, we'll use Mud Bomb here. As we know, we can swap in Haunter completely safely and go for Curse. Honestly, the unfortunate reality of this is that it's just showing the Ice type is not very good. Which is sad, because the Ice type is my favorite type. It's just not...
Yeah, it's just, like, really not that good. It's just, like, really not that good.
Not a real winner, unfortunately. Wow, the Blizzard through Confusion as well? Okay.
Okay, down goes Haunter. Petal Dance.
Oh. No heal. Okay. Oh, did he already use the hyper? Maybe.
Probably
I
did.
just don't remember.
Probably did.
And this should, with even a mid roll, take Dugong down. I think. I mean, come on, man. Come on. I really doubted Meganium, and I am sorry for that because it's a check plus.
So far, at least check my check pluses all around.
Huge. Okay, this is exceptionally good value. That is not going to happen every time. I say we let Golbat try first, and then switch into Kadabra. Of course. Nice crit, and you never hit yourself. Why would you?
Yeah, that's got constantly be annoying. That's got constantly be annoying.
Huge confusion. Okay. There's the heal. Feint Attack should be better than Icy Wind here, I think.
Probably is.
Okay, this whole plan relies on Sneasel being faster than Kingdra, which I am assuming is the case.
Hopefully it's the case.
Good. Nice miss. We can get a second speed drop. Excellent. Great value from Sneasel here. I maybe live that. And then -2 should be slow enough that I can hit with
Feint Attack.
Magneton, no problem. Keyword should. I don't want to say anything because I could still get crit a million times. But we're looking decent.
Spark. Okay. The heal. Hydro Pump.
Give me the low roll. Sad. I need to get the curse off. I think it is optimal to do Confuse Ray first, but... Alright, Meganium. It's all you, baby.
Okay, perfect. Down goes.
Yes. Okay. We just needed to switch up the line a little bit to favor where this team was strongest, but it is a check plus nonetheless, meaning that the Chikorita team is 7 for 8 check pluses. That Morty fight is brutal, dude. I encourage people who are watching this to give it a shot. Maybe you'll have better luck than me. If you do, post in the comments what your line was that wound up working.
All right.
But I think check plus is pretty difficult on me.
Yeah, I think I might as well do a grass run if this is the case. If this is a result, then yeah, I'm probably gonna use a lot of gimmicky strategies. But then again, I might as well consider doing a series of that.
Team. But nonetheless, that is 7 for 8 check pluses, which means we move on to the Elite Four for the Cyndaquil and Totodile runs, but not for Chikorita, unfortunately.
Final test, the Elite Four.
Alright, so we're taking Typhlosion and Feraligatr through to
Sneasel, Hookup, and Max, Alexander, Gang, or Typhlosion, Fate. Shock, Ice, Quick Attack, Poison, or Confuse Ray, Bite, Discharge, Thunder, and Max, Supersonic, Psychic, Reflect, Recover, Disable, Ball, Confuse Ray, Curse, Mean Look, Flame Dark, Flame Wheel, Swift.
The Elite Four. Frankly,
okay,
I'm feeling
here
a
we
little
go.
Optimistic for both of them. After all, our support lineup is really great now with Alakazam and Gengar dealing with a lot of problem Pokemon. And Typhlosion and Feraligatr have positive matchups through a lot of these Elite Four members too. But the big problem is Lance, who is the champion of this Elite Four here in Johto. Lance doesn't have 1, not 2, but 3 Dragonites.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
They're going to be an issue. But I guess there's not really much more to say other than just to see if they can do it. So let's jump first into Typhlosion's Elite Four run. We are here in the Elite Four against Will. We're going to do things a little bit differently than in past videos. Basically, there's not an incredible snapshot of what his team would look like right after the Elite Four, because he doesn't actually challenge them canonically until way later. He goes to Kanto first. I've taken his Mount Moon team, which is the first team you can see from him after Victory Road. And I've scaled it down to Will's levels. So I've matched Will's team in levels.
Okay, yeah, that's probably
Since
a good
experience is on,
thing to do.
instead of matching the levels for the teams throughout the Elite Four like in other videos, I'm just going to let whoever gets what experience get that experience, and then continue through the Elite Four as you would normally in a casual playthrough to see how his team performs, which I think is a fair litmus test for how he would do. We happen to know that Will opens Xatu, so I think that using Magneton here is probably the way. Not me first.
Okay, discharge. Okay.
Decent damage, actually. The one shot, we love to see it. Let's just go for value here. Lovely Kiss is unfortunate. We know from Lorelai's run from the Elite Four video in Kanto that Jinx is a monster.
Yikes. So, yeah, gonna have to do a reaction video on that.
Alright, well. Magneton, you did your job.
That, too.
I would like all check pluses here. The goal is to check plus all of the Elite Four. And just like last time, we're going to allow some heals on the Elite Four, like as many heals as the opponent has. So basically 2 full restores, more or less, will be what I'm allowing myself here per fight.
Adios. Ooh.
Not the swap. You know what? Let's just stay out, actually, and do Flamethrower again. Maybe we get a burn.
Hopefully so. Okay, there. Here comes the water pulse.
Okay. We're fine, but Shadow Ball should do a lot here. Very good. Do we outspeed? We do. Nice.
Adios, Jinx.
Another Xatu. Dude, Gengar is a monster.
Indeed it is.
Gengar is a monster, bro. Oh my god.
There we go.
Incredibly free check plus. Gengar is an absolute beast, dude. I mean, who's really surprised by that?
Not me, obviously.
Yeah, Psychic absolutely does it there.
Okay. Koga.
And will continue to put in good
work. Yeah, obviously, Alexander sweep. But mostly Alexander sweep.
Nice red bar. Gunk Shot will do a lot, but not kill, I think.
Critical hit.
Good.
That's a crits.
You know, this Muck was such a massive problem for every Kanto trainer. It's just so nice to see him back in full form here.
And a lot more tougher to deal with. Obviously.
Stop it with the Black Sludge.
Oh, that's Black Sludge? I didn't know that. I obviously didn't know that Black Sludge.
I have to switch on Crobat. Not spamming minimize. A market improvement. A market improvement for sure. Not the double team. Never mind, I should not have said anything.
Still lands.
I should not have spoken. Truly
still does good damage.
Spoken. Citrus. That's actually good for me. We do not want the other full restore to pop here. Toxic spikes, okay.
Don't know how that would go. Discharge.
Heal range, that's fine.
But it will get where the second full restore.
Placed those. Okay, no heal. Maybe he only has one full restore?
Okay, another discharge.
Nice.
Paralyzed.
I go first. Oof, he says. Okay, now there is a second full restore. Gus.
He still has Gus on that thing? What? I thought that would have at least been, like, for a better
Look,
move.
it kills because I only have 3 health, but we're using Gust? On the Elite Four, we're using Gust. Okay, dude.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Sure thing, Koga.
Oh, seriously, why use Gus?
Why don't we get you home? Let's get you washed up.
Why use Gus? Oh.
It's an easy check for us. Look, after his triumphant performance in the Kanto Elite Four video, he got an upgrade. He's been promoted from slot 2 to slot 3. I mean, good for him, right?
Yep.
Good for him. It's a shame I've got Psychic. I just used Recover. He used Counter. So, you know what? It's a moot turn 1. It's a moot turn 1 because I misclicked.
Yep.
Not the dig. Okay. I mean, I can just fully send out Golbat. I can just fully send out Golbat here.
Okay. Not that good damage.
Son of a bitch.
And then swap again.
Oh.
That did a lot.
What happened?
Okay, Hitmontop is down. Look, we know not to underestimate Bruno, okay? We know this. You know what? Let's just go for Psychic value. It'll 2-shot. It'll 1-shot. Onyx, look, dude, I love you, but it's just not your day.
Wait, that thing didn't really have story. That's surprising. I thought I might have at least that story.
Rock Slide absolutely takes.
Well,
we just want to get one air cutter off.
Jeez. Okay.
Do not walk away from that.
Oh, I thought that was actually going to cause go back to fate.
No.
Here goes revenge.
4x resisted revenge.
But that was still in a range.
He didn't use curse.
Alright.
He didn't use a full restore?
Yeah? What is it?
I was going to ask you to go grab me something.
Okay.
Should have used Shadow Ball. Now we know, I guess. There's a cleaner line through this fight than the one I am taking.
Yeah, probably is better strategy than this. Blaze kick.
I think Flame Wheel and then... Okay, well, Flame Wheel now kills if I hit. Kind of fortuitous. Very lucky.
Yeah, got protective there.
Oh, and the snap out? Dude, Bruno, you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have given me this gift. You shouldn't have given me this gift. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. All right, it's a check plus on Bruno. Not the cleanest fight. I think there's a much cleaner line. But nonetheless, we are...
Time for the last and final Elite Four member.
It's so much more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Umbreon is so tanky, and it comes out first. Obviously, I can come up with a line with our various tools to do chip damage to get rid of it quickly, and that'll work for both this and for Alligator. But for Alligator, is going to have a huge leg up here because of Houndoom. Houndoom takes out the rest of our team so quickly, and Typhlosion has no answers for it. So I basically had to come up with a super complicated line to get through this fight, and it took so much longer than it should have, but eventually we got there. I'm hopeful for Alligator won't get stalled here.
Perfect.
Because if Golbat lives from full on Dark Pulse, which is a hard maybe...
Or outspeeds.
And, like, you could argue that I could have leveled the Pokemon differently by fighting with different Pokemon at different times during this, and, like, fair enough. But, I mean, I don't know.
Alright, okay. Payback. Not that good damage. It's clearly.
He just doesn't evolve Golbat into Crobat until later in Kanto.
Well, that sucks. Obviously.
Flamethrower and disable it with Zam, then Para with Magneton. That could work. That could work.
It's still getting some chip damage, too. Okay.
Steel Gengar.
Still going well.
That could work.
But it's going to take a lot more strategy to get around with.
I also lived on one!
Oh, the irony. The irony.
Action. How do you know I'm switching? How do you know?
Okay, that's disappointing. That is disappointing. That is disappointing.
Unreal. Went for Nasty Plot on Golbat. Okay. This is our chance. Hit yourself. Nice.
Sweet.
Hit yourself again.
Okay.
Nice.
Again, sweet. So it's always good to get like some of that passive damage off, because at least for tanky Pokemon, it's it's always going to be like that. And Dark Pulse.
At +2, nothing on my team lives this.
Yeah.
I need to get some damage somehow. Sneasel Quick Attack.
Yeah.
Does not put it in range, but it's something.
Yeah, it is something. Flamethrower. Okay, +2 Flamethrower.
Lived. Unfortunate. But we can get the T-Wave here if it heals. Didn't heal. Okay. Well, now we're in a really bad position, but...
Yeah, I think Karen definitely saw the kill there.
Interesting.
Regardless.
There.
But...
Okay, we're past the Houndoom, but it took half my team.
Yeah, it took half your team with
Has best matchup against what's left? Not quite, actually.
Okay, so whatever stuff is going to be a direct, good
this is maybe
matchup.
Winnable. Can it just not hit me?
Not sure. Spite.
This is hilarious. Why is Sir Gengar so bad? Why is Sir Gengar so bad? Murkrow, probably?
Okay, yeah, Murkrow.
I'll swap into Typhlosion. Hopefully Flamethrower 2 shots before I go down to Feint Attack. Nice crit!
Luck. Okay, 3 HP. So it should probably at least have a good matchup against the Vileplume.
Do I
okay, Oko.
Vileplume?
More than likely.
Maybe? Nice, okay.
Sweet.
What's the damage like?
Perfect. The correct way, Oko. Sweet. That is
Check
perfect.
Plus, dude.
That is perfect.
2 heals. Check plus on Karen. Look, the line is crazy, but we take those. We absolutely take those. Okay, unfortunately, I just couldn't do it. This Lance fight is so difficult for this team. Typhlosion is bad against this entire team on Lance, and Typhlosion is our big damage dealer, so there was just no way, unfortunately, and it is a fail for Typhlosion. I'm hoping Feraligatr can do a little bit better due to the more positive matchups throughout the Elite Four. You could argue if I distributed the experience a little differently, it might be better, but I had to solve so many problems for Typhlosion.
Yeah, not too sure on that. Not too sure about that.
Before, so I just don't think there's a path here with Typhlosion. Okay.
All right.
Now that we've seen how the Typhlosion team went, which actually for the Typhlosion team, I felt good about like spreading the levels around because it allowed the fights to be possible throughout. But Feraligatr has pretty positive matchups against a lot of the teams in the Elite Four, and we need him to be as strong as possible for us to have a chance on Lance. So I'm going to try to do.
There's a good chance you do. There's a good chance that it does. There is a good chance that Feraligatr might actually win. Although then again, Feraligatr is like the one starter that a lot of people associate with silver. Just like how Blastoise is with blue. I associate blue with Blastoise.
Does Psychic kill me?
Okay, good. Still doing good.
Nice.
And see you later, Jinx.
Shadow Ball's so good.
Yeah. Honestly, one of the better moves on the team.
That's going to do a lot. All of it, in fact.
Yep. Okay. Perfect.
Magneton is kind of a menace.
Yeah.
It's far stronger than you would think.
Yeah, so long shot, so extreme long shot.
We're going to heal up Feraligatr in hopes to get more experience on it.
Like, again, doing good. Doing good with the Feraligatr
Some
team.
damage here for Ice Fang. Come on, man. Imagine this full restore is a full heal.
Okay, I think. Perfect. Alright.
That takes. Ooh, I lived.
Ah, yeah, second.
Crit Feraligatr, that's my goat, dude. That's my goat. That's my goat.
Check
Right,
plus.
nice. We are check plus out of Will, and we've got some good experience onto Feraligatr, which is exactly what we want. Ice Fang is not... Guys, I don't know why everyone in the world seems to have this collective belief that Ice is super effective on Bug, but it's not real. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Ice is not super effective on Bug.
When has Ice ever been super effective against Bug, actually?
Nice crit.
To be honest.
Look, do I agree that it should be? I guess. But it's not. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I definitely do also see Bug being weak to
We're a little worried about Explosion.
no
I think
Ice,
it has
but
self-destruct.
wow, it's just... But then again, Bug is still like a poorly defensive type overall. Okay.
Look, guys, if you're cold, they're cold. Bring them inside. This is probably heal range.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Bulbasaur.
I'm not bringing this bomb inside. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Another Protect. Jeez.
Oh my god, we get it. You have Protect.
Not very effective. Another Swift. Okay. Still doing good damage.
Come on, man. You couldn't have had the decency to use that earlier? Nice crit! Holy.
Okay, Ios to the Muck.
Okay, we really want for Alligator to take the experience on Crobat here. Don't do that. Don't do that. Never mind. Never mind. Let's just get it off screen, please. Let's get it off screen.
Here goes Adult Deep Spam.
Let's just hit Psychic, please. Can we just hit Psychic, please? Can we please just hit Psychic? Why is it doing this?
Not
Why would
sure.
they make it do this? Why would they program this? Why would they be like, yeah, ship it. Ship it, that's good. Yeah, it'll constantly use Double Team until it's impossible to hit. That should be good. That should teach the players to not enjoy our games. Yeah, then throw another one in there. Oh my god, that's like no damage. No.
Yeah, that is annoying. Like,
Bro, oh my god.
That's why we always have to get the any
double.
double teamers off the screen.
Why, Koga? Why are you the worst piece of garbage in the world? How did he fail upwards, dude? How did he become Elite Four material? One person should have battled him and be like, oh, this guy is one of the worst people, like, ever.
Yeah, that's one of the good reasons that we have for passive damage.
We should not hire him. He's very bad.
Because
He's a bad
you don't want to like fall to you don't want to like
No good.
completely fall to those strats like this. Okay, so still
Here
doing
comes the full restore as well. Nope. Okay, I missed quick attack though. All right.
Predictably.
Well, Alligator gets all the experience, which I guess is what we wanted. Not the supersonic.
okay.
Oh my god.
Still doing good. Still doing
Come
good.
on, man. Okay, thank you.
9.5. Jeez. All right. Process
Final heal.
gets
I'm gonna
off.
use on for Alligator. I don't want this to kill. Good.
Perfect. Going good. Alright.
And now I'm just gonna ball stall.
Ball stall.
Excellent.
Never mind.
And now
Don't ball stall. Don't ball stall.
For Alligator, the things I do to get you experience, my man.
Yeah, the thing people do for experience.
Okay, nice.
The thing people do for experience. Okay.
Nice live on one. Nice live on one. Gets rid of a heal at least. I'm not like really worried about getting Onyx's experience onto for Alligator. It's like basically nothing. A couple hundred. Yeah, almost 1,000.
Okay. So, still making good work. Still making good work.
I'd rather just get Machamp off screen, to be honest. Let Zane
Oh,
do
yes,
the work,
Machamp.
it's fine.
Okay. Okay, so that's two
Alright,
Pokemon.
Alakazam, I see you. I see you. That shouldn't do a lot, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
not.
right, it's physical in this generation. I'm so used to pre-Gen 4 that I don't even have, like, in my brain the calculations for, like, oh, that's physical now. Because the physical special split is, like, not something I regularly
And there we go.
Anyway, great range. Okay, check plus on Bruno, easy peasy.
Alright. Finally for Karen. Alright, for Alligator. There it goes. Okay, there it goes.
I mean, if it's just going to use Destiny Bond, then there's no point in sacking the Feraligatr. Right? Like, it's fine.
Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay. Should heal.
She's
Nope.
saving the other Fulversor for Houndoom.
Yeah, more than likely. More than likely.
Is this a range? It is. Okay, nice. Nice.
And there we go.
Nice and easy check plus. Far easier than the Cyndaquil run.
Yep.
So
Far
much
easier.
because of Feraligatr. And hopefully Lance is the same. Hopefully Lance is the same and we can become champion, but we'll see.
Okay, yeah, more than half his team is like weak to
because
War,
the Dragonites,
and
the
then
three Dragonites are specifically tailored to counter like each individual starter, if memory serves. So one of them has Fire Blast, one of them has Thunder, I think one of them has like Aqua Tail or something.
Yeah, so that's gonna be like really good to play around.
Nutty that's a one-shot. All right, Feraligatr. This is it, baby.
It's not really that crazy. It's squad weak.
This is where we need you big time.
Eesh.
That's a lot of damage.
All right, down to
That's
75.
a lot of damage.
Yep.
Regrettably, quite a lot of damage. Nice crit we're clutching up. Who knows? This is
Eesh.
because he's sending this Dragonite out. This is the one with Thunder.
Yeah, more than likely it's
So
the
maybe
one
it
with
goes for
Thunder.
Thunder and misses. It missed Dragon Rush. Hang on. Sneasel might just do this.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What?
We don't know that.
Yeah, Caesar is probably going to be like better
That's
for
okay,
this
though.
fight. Okay.
Okay, hold please. Hold please.
So yeah, if he was like with the Feraligatr team, which more than likely is
Heal for
with
Alligator
me.
and Magneton, ideally. We don't live that.
Let's see.
Can I get Curse off here? Probably not.
There.
Right?
God. There we go.
Okay, that does take in one. There's the Thunder Wave. It is okay. On crit, it's a one-shot. Feraligatr is trying really hard to make this happen right now, you guys.
Yeah, it more than likely is. Okay. So that should, yeah, so they're like a lot of damage. But,
Oh, not the flinch. I have
okay.
to kill.
Okay. Again, he didn't go for a heal this time. So, yeah, he's breaking on the flinches.
Okay. Alright, now let's heal the status on Feraligatr. I'd probably live that at full health, actually.
Yeah. I mean, it's at 138.
Brother!
Are you kidding me?
Come on, man.
Are you effing
Now
kidding
we're
me?
out of check plus territory into check territory just because that crit. That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, that's
That does mean
unfortunate.
it's a two-shot on me.
That is really unfortunate.
The fact that crit killed means it's a ranged two-shot, most likely. It could also just one-shot me. Oh, right. It's confused.
So, ooh.
Hang on. Citrus? Oh, I put it in heal range here.
Did it heal? Down goes the Dragonite.
Yes! Yes! Oh my god!
And there we go.
Okay. Feraligatr, in my mind, look, Feraligatr is also my favorite of the three, but canonically, the starter for Silver if Silver becomes champion. Dude, look, Feraligatr's even facing towards us, just dancing. Look how happy it is.
Wow.
Okay, was that fight a little yes, but it was also pretty unlucky. And the luckiness skipped some heals, and the unluckiness forced me into way more heals. Not way more, one or two more. I think
Okay.
there's an argument that what just happened is check, but I think there's probably a clean line for check plus through
Yeah.
what I just did.
Yeah, probably a clear line.
Thank you so much for watching, and please consider subscribing. These videos take a long...
Okay. Alright, I'm going here. Wow, that is a gamble. That is a gamble. That is a lot. You have to bet on a lot of things in this challenge. So I'm going to stream here. So if you guys like this video, go down, like, subscribe, ring that bell, and see you guys next time.